Good morning, YouTube. What's up, y'all? Hope you all having a great day. First, we're gonna start with warm up one, front back. Um, yeah, let's get on with reading the instructions. So we're given a string, um, and we have to return a new string, and we can tell that from these test cases. Anything in quotes is really a string. So these single quotes in Python mean string. I believe in Java, single quotes have to do with characters, whereas double quotes have to do with strings. I think that's the thing. But with Python, it's used interchangeably, like single quotes and double quotes. So you have um, this string here, and you're returning a string, and that's there for every test case. And str stands for the string that we're taking in as a parameter. And we have to return a new string where the first and the last characters have been exchanged. So essentially, if we look at the word code, right, all we're doing is putting this C at the very end and this E at the very beginning. We're not changing anything in the middle, right? This A, well, if you imagine that you have a single word, you're just replacing the first and the last word. Well, A is the first and the last, so you're putting A at the end, and then you're putting A at the beginning. So there's really like no replacement going on here. But with the example AB, there is some replacement, right? So essentially, all we're trying to do is return the same string, right, with the first and the last letters replaced. And to get an idea of how to access the first and the last characters, all you really have to do is know the numbers 0 and -1. And this is where Python is extremely cool. So I can do something like this. All right. And if you add all of those up, pretty positive you are going to get the original string back. In fact, we can just see those test cases right now. This is a failed solution because we're not changing anything. In fact, we're returning the original string. So maybe some will pass, some will fail, but it's definitely not a string index out of range. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, even for this problem right here, A, right? That's interesting. So I guess we can't do this. So I guess we have to say here, if string, if len string, so that's how you see the length of the string, is greater than 1. So if it's 2 or more, then do this. Else, just return the string. And basically, all we're doing is we're not changing anything about the string. This is called concatenation, by the way, adding these pluses. And string -1 looks at the last character. String 1 to -1 looks at everything in between, so the O and the D, that's 1 to -1. And string 0, that's the C. And string -1, that's the E. So you can see in our test cases here, this code is equal to what we returned here. This A is this A, AB, AB, ABC, ABC, right? But the program wants us to reverse these two. So all we got to do is really put the string -1 right here. And then remove this. Actually, yeah. And that should do the trick. All right, sounds good.